Steve Stanek here, the Dusty Keratometer. Today's topic is a little bit offbeat. Now I know what you're thinking, all of your topics are offbeat. Well, today may be a little more than usual, but I like being a little bit eccentric. So I think I mentioned in an earlier video, my first assignment was Fort Carson, Colorado. And it was either the clinic chief or the NCOIC, the office manager, had the idea of why don't we take one of these old-time photographs of our entire clinic staff. So we met at this old-time photography shop in Manitou Springs, Colorado, a little town just to the west of Colorado Springs, and shot this photograph, which became our official clinic photograph. Interesting, we were a combined ophthalmology and optometry service. The chief ophthalmologist and two technicians elected not to participate for whatever reason. Maybe they had a conflict of scheduling or something. And also worthy of note is Jack, the fellow in the headdress, is full-blooded Navajo. So when we were putting our costumes on, everybody insisted that Jack wear the headdress. Unfortunately, he complied. So I thought that was kind of makes the picture. Now, before I get tons of comments, there is a problem with this particular photograph today, namely the Confederate flag. At the time, in 1986, the Confederate flag was not frowned upon as it is today, so you have to be sensitive to the times and certainly don't want to offend anybody. So when I got to Eglin Air Force Base, I was the chief of optometry there. And I showed this picture to my coworkers and I said, would you guys be interested in taking a photograph like this? So we actually went to the local mall. They had an old-time photography place there. We did it on our staff meeting day. We had one afternoon a month where we would do our quality assurance and have our staff meeting. So we met there and we all went down and got suited up and had our own official photograph there. So then when I got to Travis Air Force Base, I was the chief of optometry there. I showed these photos to my coworkers and asked them if they would be interested. So we found a place in Old Sacramento. And same thing, we did it on our staff meeting day. We went out, drove out there and took the photograph. I did make a mistake here. We had a Red Cross volunteer who used to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we shot this photograph on a Wednesday. I completely forgot about this poor guy. So word to the wise, if you ever do anything like this, if you have any part-time workers, make sure you don't exclude them because there were a little bit of hard feelings there. I felt kind of bad. But again, we had an official photo of us at Travis. So finally at Randolph Air Force Base, same thing. I asked my guys if they'd be interested. We found one actually right across the street from the Alamo in Alamo Plaza. So we got suited up. We went down there and we made a little bit of a tactical error. We didn't realize that our BDUs were going to be showing in the bottom of the photo, but there it is. It's part of the photo, literally. So be it. I've actually given briefings where I had these pictures made into slides, and I would put this up and say, and here's our staff, and I would say who everybody was, and I just wouldn't mention that. Wouldn't make any mention about the old-time photograph. Always got a chuckle or two out of the audience. Now, some of my bosses would say, "This is unprofessional. You need to pose for a traditional photograph." But pictures like this are prosaic to me. I just, as you can see, I haven't even bothered to frame this. This means nothing. But these are unique. When I was setting up my externships in 1983, I visited an optometrist in Civilian World in Maryland, and he was into model ships. I actually built a model ship when I was in optometry school. He had about 8 or 10 of them in his practice. And he said, you know, I could have the brand new autorefractor that I pay top dollar for. The patient's oblivious to that. He says, but they'll go up to these models and they'll ask me how long it took me to make them and all kinds of questions, you know, what's the ship and all that. Stuff like this, it kind of makes you a little bit more personalized. Tom Peters, who wrote In Search of Excellence and a lot of other books, he's a big fan of having fun at work. Life's too short. Where's the rule in optometry that we can't have some fun? Of course, you got to be professional. One of my earlier bosses, he wouldn't even allow any music in his clinic. He said it was unprofessional. And we were in an old hospital at that time. They built a new hospital. We moved into the new hospital. The new hospital had piped in Muzak in all the waiting areas in the hallways. They didn't have it in the examining rooms. But by my first boss's definition, the new hospital was unprofessional, I guess. So anyway, it pays to have a little bit of fun, celebrate your successes. I don't think I did enough of that. I don't think we all do enough of it. So anyway, there it is. Talk to you next time.